Welcome to Outside the Fame. I'm Jamie Parker. We're here at the beautiful Borderland State Park in Northeastern, a place you might catch a glimpse of a three-time Super Bowl champion, two-time All-Pro selection, and all-time great with Patriots Nation. I'm talking about Tedy Bruschi. Remember him? He's a quarterback crusher, a running back stopper, but did you know that he could rip a flippy destroyer on a hyzer? He was the heart of the stalwart defense that led the Patriots to Super Bowl championships in 2001, 2003, and 2004. Tedy Bruschi played 13 NFL seasons, all in New England, and is an all-time fan favorite. He retired in 2009, and you can see him today in front of the camera on ESPN. Tedy also has taken up disc golf, so we caught up with him at the course at Borderland State Park. We talked about his Patriots career and life after playing football. You've been very busy, very busy. 1 week after you announced your retirement, you got the gig at ESPN.
Right.
Did you already sort of know that's the transition you were going to make to go to the other side?
I didn't.
The
I
evil
didn't,
side,
you know.
as
Yeah,
some of
I
you
guess
players
I
used
think
to call us
it's
back
like, holy
then.
smoke, I'm in the media now, you know.
Exactly.
I remember coming home one day when I was in high school, and because I had done this interview with a local news telecast. It was like one of my first ones, and I came home and I told my mom. I said, "Mom, I'm going to be on the news at like 5." She's like, "Okay, let's watch it." And so we watched it. I said, "Mom, what'd you think? That was cool, right?" And she looked at me and said, "Yeah, it was good, son, but stop saying I know and."
Oh, I love that she corrects
And so she did. So she like graded my interview. And she said, because maybe you can do this in the future, what he was doing interviewing you. So I did not know I would eventually be an analyst. Maybe my mom did, but it's been a blast.
Besides your analyst work, a lot of people might not know is your love of the arts as well. Actually, you started playing instruments before you started playing football. So just tell us about that passion that you have.
Yeah, I was growing up in San Francisco, California, and I picked up the clarinet. You know, I started playing it. I was in the boys' choir. This was way before any
you
type.
can carry a tune?
Yeah, this is way before any. I only sing in the car though. It's a loud music,
Only
you know.
in the car.
So I was much more into the arts before sports. I ended up transitioning into alto saxophone, but I mean, even lately, you know, I mean, you take guitar lessons, just trying to find other ways to just, you know, stimulate yourself.
You're pretty busy with Tedy's team, the foundation, nonprofit. Tell us about the organization and when it got started and everything.
Yeah, well, having my first stroke in 2005 and then having another stroke a couple years ago, that's sort of my calling now. It's people see me as a stroke survivor, and I don't mind that.
It doesn't define you,
It
though,
doesn't. It doesn't. But
Yeah.
I'll take it. What it is I use Tedy's team to promote the warning signs of stroke. You know, that acronym Be Fast. I mean, balance issues, eyesight issues, facial droop, arm weakness, slurred speech, and the T, time to call 911. I've experienced every one of those in my 2 strokes. But the first one, Jamie, I didn't know I was having a stroke. I was 31 years old. I had no idea that it was even possible. So I try to just push that information through Tedy's team, through social channels, that all I'm trying to tell you is these warning signs. All right, just go ahead and look at them and learn them, and that's all we're asking from you. We have a team of runners that run the Boston Marathon, and it's something that I am so proud of because that Boston Marathon race is real. I mean, in terms of difficulty.
You can speak on it.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes you're out there running and you want to just get on that bus and be like, I'm good, that's it, tap out. So you have to earn it to be on Tedy's team, to have some relation to our mission, and then go out and accomplish something for yourself.
When we come back on Outside the Fame, I get introduced to the sport of disc golf. And later in the show, we'll get Tedy's thoughts on the early years of the Patriots dynasty. This episode of Outside the Fame is brought to you by East Coast Metal Roofing, your lifetime roofing solution. The reason we are here today is because you do have a passion for disc golf, which I don't know anything about. So we're here at the Borderland State Park, and we're going to be talking about disc golf, and I'm hoping that you can kind of show me the basics, but tell me about you, when you got involved in it and how you got involved in it.
Well, how I got involved was I was taking a guitar lesson, and my teacher, his name was Doug Trasher, I mean, he said, like, dude, you need to try, bro, you need to try this disc golf, man. And I was like, what are you talking about? And so he's like, Borderland, great course, we got to go. And it was actually at Borderland here.
Really?
Is where I first learned, and we came, we played. You know, it's a disc, and there's a cage through the various forests or open fields or anything like that. It's a nice little walk in the park.
Okay.
And you're also, you know, flipping your disc and throwing it. And I've had to learn a lot of. Sometimes you go through a lot of trees because when you first do it, it's like, man, this is crazy. I don't even see it. Where is it? And you got to manipulate type of avenues that they've carved out through courses. So there's a passion for it out there with a lot of people.
And it's a lot more involved than we're just saying, right? Like, it's not just one disc. Like, it's so involved. There's so many things. There's
a driver, there's mid-range, there's putters, all of that stuff in terms of the different plastics. And I mean, I'm still a rookie. I'm still learning. Okay.
But you're competitive and you're an athlete, so we should be able to get through it.
Yep, I've taken my family out there, and we've competed out there a little bit, so it's fun. I like it a lot. Yeah.
All right, so I'm ready to hit the course with you, and we're gonna try a little.
You gonna try it?
I'm gonna.
We're gonna get this on film.
You're gonna you're gonna help me.
Okay.
All right, let's hit it. It was a beautiful afternoon at Borderland, and we have quite the foursome. Joining Teddy and I are Paula Chiera, owner of East Coast Metal Roofing, and the world's 5th-ranked professional disc golf player, Simon Lizotte, who gave us a few tips before we began.
The more you use your shoulders, the easier it'll be on your arm. And then try not to overthink it. And then last tip, keep it lower than you think. The instinct of beginners is always to lean back and throw up.
Okay.
And then the disc will come backwards, which is obviously not what you want. That shot.
Left now, back left. Woo! Yes! 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 Right. No fear.
Oh.
That was actually
well, to the left.
Not bad.
That was for your first throw.
My first throw.
First throw ever.
Oh my goodness.
I was just trying to keep it straight down.
Oh. Holy cow.
Oh.
That's
some serious distance.
Nice throw. Oh, a little too flippy.
Okay, so now tell me, he went over. That's okay.
Yeah, after you release, as long as you're outside 30 feet of the basket, you're allowed to follow through. You're actually supposed to because it's easier on your body.
Remember I told you when you finish. Like, because if you stop, you can get injured.
Did anybody see where mine went? And we're off. Well, some of us are. We'll have more disc golf later in the show, but up next, we talk Patriots and the illustrious football career of Tedy Bruschi. Don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to present this Patriots Hall of Fame jacket to one of the greatest players in franchise history, your own Tedy Bruschi.
You spent your entire 13-year career with the Patriots, one team.
Yeah.
A lot of guys moving around. Like, how did that work out for you, that you stayed with the Patriots the whole time?
I sort of had a goal to stay with the same team. I still took free agent visits. I mean, after the Pete Carroll years, I think I was a unrestricted free agent, actually. And I did trip to Cleveland, I tripped to Green Bay, I tripped to Seattle also. Some teams had some interest, but I think it just got back to the point where, you know, the money was the money, but still, I think I'd rather right the ship than jump the ship. That's sort of the saying that I used. And I mean, this is before we won championships too, but I just liked where we were, and I liked New England and the team. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stay. And it's just a decision that I had.
7 years you were defensive captain, voted by the teammates, which does say a lot about your character and who you were and what you stood for.
Yeah, that meant a lot to me. I mean, the captain is a very important position if you play for Bill Belichick also. I mean, you have a lot of input on what goes on. I mean, the captain's meetings on Fridays, you're sitting in his office, and Bill takes your input pretty well. Pretty well. I mean, if you're a captain and you tell him, hey, Bill, we don't like what's going on here in the game plan. Is there anything we can do about that? And he'll come in the very next meeting after the Friday captain's meeting, and he'll say, boom, met with the captains, this is a change we're going to make. So I took it very seriously, trying to also reflect his message down to the team.
You also led by example too. I mean, the way you played the game and the way you
it's
did everything right.
You try to get a lot of guys like that doing that, and we did. And if you don't have a lot, that's championships aren't going to be won. So I just talked to Rodney Harrison yesterday. It's like he sends me a text, and it's like, no, I'm going to call him. And so I'm on the road, and we're just talking about old times and what he's doing now. So those type of relationships are formed on teams with solid individuals that form solid relationships through winning.
When you look at those 13 years, I'm sure it's so hard. 3 Super Bowls. How can you pick like your favorite time in that uniform? There's got to be a couple.
It's hard.
Snow Bowl, there's got to be a couple where we can see that you were
my
having the time of
signature
your life.
play against the Dolphins. Oh my gosh! that was just incredible. It was a big play, and it was a pick six, and it was sliding in the snow, but the fan reaction was like, oh my goodness, did I do this? And I remember Vrabel.
You started a snowball fight.
I remember Mike Vrabel coming up to me on the sideline saying, look what you did. And I'm like, and we're just sitting there laughing because it went on for, a good amount of time. So that had to be one of my favorite individual moments, I guess. But that first championship though with that 2001 season is just the breakthrough. When you make people start to think a different way, it's impactful. And I think that's what that team did, not only with the way we conducted ourselves, but like just shocking people like, holy smoke, did they just do that? And so that moment there was really special for all of us.
Back to disc golf, and after my walk of shame, we start with what may have been my best shot of the day.
Oh, Teddy, did you see that one? That was a good one.
That was a good one. I didn't see it, but I trust you. Oh, that's hard. That's the roller.
That's okay, that's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
That's a putt.
Well, you saw.
Yeah.
Teddy has developed quite a passion for disc golf, as has Paul Lucchiera from East Coast Metal Roofing.
Come on, right in.
Wow.
So this is what I'm talking about in terms of like walks in the park.
Yes, it feels like a nice walk in the park.
Borderland is a beautiful place. I would say just go to the edge of the Forsythia right there.
Okay. I like that you know that that's a Forsythia too.
Well done.
Professional disc golfer Simon Lizotte has been teaching us a few moves to help out our game. And Teddy, in turn, taught me the X step.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Leave here. 3.
Right back in dance class.
1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Ah!
Little high.
I got high.
Good angle.
Got a good arm.
So I can work with that. This is the best part of me coming out here today, is getting Simon to sign the disc right. Oh yeah, yeah, it's nice to talk to you too. It's nice to talk to you too. It's nice to talk to you too, Jamie. Come on, Paul.
Oh,
Come on, buddy.
Good.
Not bad.
It became pretty apparent early on why Lizotte is one of the best in the world.
Look at this thing. Look at this thing.
Oh! That is awesome!
Wow.
The rest of us realized that we better switch to a scramble just to keep up.
Perfect. Skip. Come left. Skip.
Oh,
Nice shot, though. Great.
Thanks.
that was really nice.
Hey! Good job.
bottom of the
Good
basket.
job.
Stay with us on Outside the Fame for more Patriots talk with Tedy Bruschi, and thankfully, we wrap up our disc golf outing.
Oh, that's a nice looking.
Well played. Great shot.
Oh, that's
Oh, get
nice
in.
ball.
Through! Nice!
Yeah. All right.
What a shot by Paul Lucchiera. He founded East Coast Metal Roofing 5 years ago, and earlier in the day, I sat down with him to learn more. I just want you to first talk about the business of metal roofing and how different it is to other roofs.
Metal roofing in general, a lot of people ask, cost. Up front, it's going to be typically 2 to 3 times what a traditional asphalt or architectural shingled roof is going to cost. Benefits, though, are they're going to last much longer, depending on what metal you're looking at. Most manufacturers are going to offer a lifetime warranty, and they're transferable. We live in New England, so a lot of people do metal roofing because of the snow. They want the snow to slide off, ice dam issues, things like that that people experience, coastal environment where some of the other products just don't last as long.
You have a lot of employees?
Currently, we have 28 employees that work for East Coast Metal Roofing, and we have 17 installation crews that are all certified.
Oh, all right. And you're expanding too as well, right?
The goal is, with the name East Coast Metal Roofing, is to eventually get down to the Carolinas, to Florida, and in the Texas region as well.
Right now, who do you serve?
We service all of New England.
Here we go.
We're having a great time here at Borderland State Park with Patriots Hall of Famer Tedy Bruschi and playing a game that is harder than you think.
Ah!
Oh,
And that happens.
they can edit that right out. There we go.
Come on back. Ah, left.
Yeah, but it hit the tree and went down, though. Oh, no.
Oh.
It's the wrong way. I need another one. Oh, I still went that direction. That was totally a leaner.
Miss it.
That's not my normal putter.
Putter is technically a putt and approach.
Oh, really? Okay, because the putter to me seems like it should be so much closer.
That's what scared me, being downhill like that.
Did you almost
Forward, it's
fall?
like, yeah.
While the pro Lazat continued to make shots like this, the rest of us joined forces, and it came down to the final putt.
This is either for the match or the tie.
Oh, God, I keep shooting it the wrong way.
Too high.
Pressure's on, Bruschi.
Ah!
We shouldn't stage another attempt until you actually make it.
Oh, God, it's terrible.
Oh! Oh! Yeah. Oh, no.
Come on. Take all day. Oh, I heard the chain, no. Oh, come on, Daddy.
Come on.
We're just gonna throw the whole.
I'm telling
The
you.
whole backpack's going in.
That's it. That's good.
Coach Belichick, he talks about you, many times he's talked about you as the perfect player and did everything right. Now, that's high praise coming from Coach Belichick.
Yeah, I've had some time to think about that comment, and my interpretation of it is this. Bill loves the process that it takes to become a championship football player. And I think I was a good example of that, being drafted out of the University of Arizona playing defensive end. I had never played linebacker before in my life. So I started here and then took all of that improvement and then ended up finishing there. I think that's the perfect process, is what he's talking about.
Can you believe it's been 12 years since you
I know.
retired?
Yeah, I mean, I've been with ESPN. I'm going
Yeah.
into my 13th season,
wow.
as an
Yeah.
analyst. So, I mean, and I played 13 years in the league,
Yes.
so it's almost like equal.
It's
and
weird,
so,
yeah.
it's shocking to me at times.
Yeah. I just want you to kind of comment on Patriots Nation and what the fans meant to you as a player.
Yeah, I know, I think a lot of players can say this, but I really think I had a different relationship with Patriots Nation than all the others. And because of what I went through with my stroke, and then thinking I was done, and then having a comeback moment like I did, spending the entire career there also, so they only know me as a Patriot, and they've never seen me with another helmet on. That's sort of important to me. They were always in my mind while I was playing, and I could always hear them. You know, players always say, "Oh man, it's just playing out there," but no, you feel, your home stadium when you're in it. And the one thing about the Patriots Nation also is they traveled really well. And I think one of my favorite moments, or like just in general, is when we'd win on the road and we'd make other teams' fans leave, and they all come down, like in Buffalo, they'd all come down real close to us, and it was like we took over the place, and they were always there. So I really love my time with them.
The term that surfaced when you were playing, which you probably could have even coined, is the Patriot Way. What does that mean to you when people say, because I feel like sometimes it gets overblown, but the Patriot Way is a certain thing. Obviously, it's when you guys ran out as a team instead of individuals, but.
Yeah, I guess that really sort of solidified it. Not only just running out the tunnel as a team, but then you got to win the game also. You know, so winning that game sort of solidified it all. I mean, I remember talking to Steve Young, who's still an analyst at ESPN, Hall of Fame quarterback, and he says, man, you guys changed the scope of the way sports is viewed. And maybe that's the Patriot Way, that we, you know, the individual introduction in a Super Bowl, everyone used to dream of, you know, now it's changed. You know, now it's, you know, are we coming out as a team, because that's what it's all about. And if our team did that in 2001, I'll take it. And, you know, I'll hold my head up high and say, yeah, that was us. I think I'm still just going to put mine.
All right, yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's watch Teddy putt. Come on, Teddy.
What's the difference in philosophy here?
That's so deep. All right. It's better. That was better, right? I wish someone would have told me I needed a backpack. What am I going to do with my discs?
This episode of Outside the Fame is brought to you by East Coast Metal Roofing, your lifetime roofing solution.